very similar trend that we're seeing, because we're actually looking at aged care as well as a future direction for our business. I'll tell you, as an aged person, I don't want to live in what's being offered when I get there. I really don't want it. Okay, I want something better than that. And it's happening in the disability space as well right now. So if we don't deliver them something better, you're not going to have them as clients. Conventional NDIS method was to wait for the rental market to actually create vacancies. Okay, that doesn't work anymore. Those properties aren't fit for purpose, particularly if you've got mobility issues with your clients. There's nothing available in the market. It's under 1% vacancy rate. So the stuff that is vacant, no one wants to live in anyway. Not even your bikies want to live in it. Okay. Participants also have choice and control, and they're becoming more and more educated around their choice and control. So if you can't deliver to them what they want, they're not going to work with you. Okay. Now these are just all observations, as I said, from our side of the fence, what we're seeing. Okay. And we're seeing providers out there who are losing clients, and we're seeing providers out there who are gaining clients, and this is the message that we're getting from them. To grow your business as efficiently as possible, first thing you need to do is make sure you're not losing clients. Okay? In every business you have attrition. There's always going to be people going. You just need to make sure that you're doing the best you can to make sure your attrition rate is not at the top end of the scale, it's at the bottom end. Okay. Something else I'm seeing is that, in my experience, most planners, most support coordinators, and even SIL providers are on the back foot. Okay, they're very reactive to their industry. They are reacting once a situation arises in front of them to actually deal with it. A better way, I think, and this is again our observation as an SDA provider, if a plan manager was to know exactly what property is available coming through, at what time, where it is, what it looks like, it can now match that to one of their clients and draw the plan up appropriately. The support coordinator can then work with that much more efficiently and make sure that client isn't spending more time in hospital or in some environment where they're not required to be or don't want to be. They can go straight into that property at the right time. Skipping through I mentioned before that we have diversified a little bit away from the SDA space because there's 510,000 people who don't need SDA accommodation. And there is no product available in the marketplace anyway for SIL and ILO type of accommodation. So look, we're creating it. And the sorts of things that I think are important to the industry are making sure they've got security of tenure on a property. It'd be horrible to actually have a property under a lease, the lease ends and you have to move on and take all your participants with you and find something else. Okay, so think in terms of 5-year and 10-year leases on properties that are brand spanking new, that are built fit for purpose. They match the needs of your clients. They are adaptive to your clients as well. So as their positions start to deteriorate and they get mobility problems, this might be it. As opposed to a situation where, crap, here's a new participant that needs housing, what am I going to do? Okay, it just makes sense to me that if you actually had all that stuff in place first and went out there finding them participants to match the property, draw up their plans and get them ready, that would make much more sense. Here's what a SIL or an ILO property looks like. Think of improved livability, but it's not SDA. Okay, no sills and any entry points in the property, so wheelchair access in and out. 1.2 metre access points in and out of the property at every entry and every exit. Think of a 4-bedroom home where every room is equal and every room has an ensuite. Okay, the property will also have 1.5 metre turnarounds around all the beds. Study area with a powder room and facilities for the SIL providers and guests and support workers coming through, and just above average houses. That's what a SIL house should look like. It shouldn't be a 1950s fibro house adapted with ramps and rails and so forth. Look, if it's of any interest, we have about 19 of these rolling out between now and Christmas, and I'm happy to actually take any inquiry and listen to any input. In closing, our strategic plan for our NDIS housing business going forward in the next 5 years: 1,000 SDA properties, 5,000 ILO SIL houses of the type I've just mentioned, respite and holiday resorts for people with disability, and we're talking 5-star resorts, and these things are on the drawing board and plan now. National expansion in every capital city in Australia, and to be the go-to NDIS housing provider in Australia.